I'm Xavier, and welcome to an all-new Roguetech 1.1 campaign. I think this is 9858 Roguetech, the actual release, the full release, and Battletech 1.1. I just fired up a new campaign, and we're going to jump into the most difficult battle that I can find right out of the gate here. Let's go check out the command center really quick. I'm going to readjust all my mechs and see just how far I can push this campaign. I'm gonna go straight for Trap Sprung. It's the most difficult mission in here. It's a battle. It's 3.5 skulls, 1.2 million payout. We'll go for full money. Before that, though, I gotta do a bunch of micromanagement here. And I'm gonna try to see... I think right after this, I might go straight to a 5 skull or not. It kind of depends. So now in Roguetech, you start out with 2 mediums and then all lights, is it? No, I actually have 3 mediums and 2 lights. Interesting, but you no longer get a heavy, which is good. I had done a test campaign yesterday, but it was on like a patch before 1.0, and like a kind of, I don't know. There's just been like literally 8 patches in Roguetech in the last like 4 days. Oh, it's pretty crazy. But in any event, I tried to do something similar. I went straight to 5 skull missions. However, in that patch, you still had 1 heavy mech. So with 1 heavy mech, 1 medium, and 2 lights, I was able to just crush multiple 5 skull missions as my first and second missions right out of the campaign. So this is going to be a little bit different because now we've got 2 or 3 mediums, I guess. The cicada doesn't really count. That's more like a delete tank. I just don't see any, or delete mech. I just don't see like any value to that thing at all. It's like a locust. It's so bad. Even this is the better version of it, but this is still pretty bad. So we're not going to use that guy there. I am, however, going to strip some stuff off the Panther first. So, this thing was added to Battletech 1.1, where you now hover over this and it shows you all these stats. However, that's something I think Roguetech had added before this. I'm not sure, maybe it was always there, maybe it's just different font. Regardless, these double heat sinks, if you're using only double heat sinks and nothing else, they're supposed to give you double the base of your heat sinking. So a raw mech does 30. With a single double heat sink, it should double that up to 60, and then also add the 6 from the heat sink. However, it's not displaying that. I know it worked yesterday on earlier version. I don't know if that mod was deleted. It's not in the patch notes. I want to assume that it still works, and this is a display bug with 1.1 being updated. And even though this says 36 heat, I'm going to assume that this 1 heat sink is going to give us 66 heat. It may or may not. I guess we'll find out soon. But first thing I'm going to do is strip out all of this stuff. Gauss, plasma, great. We're going to strip this Panther down to basically nothing. I don't want any jump jets here either. All these TSMs, I want to actually leave the TSMs on for now, because apparently it now takes time to, every click of armor, like every little click right here. What the heck, I just clicked right there. There we go. It took like 10 seconds to register. But every single click increases your duration of work by a day, which is insane. So if you hit max armor, you're in the med bay for 45 days right out of the gate. In any event, we're going to strip this down to absolutely nothing. I'm just going to hit yes so I can get all this stuff for free right now. 0 days, beautiful. Next up, we're going to come in here to... Actually, you know what? Next up, we're going to go to the store. I've already taken the time to look through all my mechs and plan out what I'm going to do so I didn't bumble around for 45 minutes at the start of the episode. It's going to end up being something like probably 15 minutes. Hello? Game? Jeez, what the hell? Alright, I thought they made this faster, but apparently it's just as slow. That's... what's going on? In any event, let's go for... Wow, that's ridiculous. Let's go for weapons. Let's go for support. Flamers. And I'm going to buy 10 of these guys. So that's... Am I buying them instantly? I can't tell. 1, 2... Are they being purchased? Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Over here for HMGs, I'm going to buy 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to buy an MG ammo. Fantastic. I very much like that the confirmed dialogue box is gone. So that's all for that. I need to come over here and buy some... Where is it? LRM incendiary ammo. I want 1 of those guys. I want 2 LRM5s, I think. No, I actually want 4 of these guys. Wow, those are 100,000 apiece. That's going to be a lot of money. I may not be able to afford that right out of the gate then. Because I have to sit around here for a while, like, waiting for my mechs to heal up. So maybe we'll just go for an LRM-10 out of the gate. I'll leave the LRM-5s off for now. And then I can probably do my I think I have SRMML, but I'm going to buy a couple of SRM4s. They're 69. We'll buy 1, 2 of those guys. Looking good. And then lastly, we're going to need a ton of basic lasers. Actually, it wasn't a ton. Let me go take... I made a list here of exactly what I need. 7 medium lasers is what I need. All right, so we're going to buy that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, I'm super poor at this point. So what I'm going to do, because I hate this cicada so much, is actually just sell it right now. I don't even want the thing. Don't even want the thing. So let's get it out of here. We will send to storage because we get more money. Or did they fix that? Let's see. Scrapping is 510. If I send it to storage and confirm, and we come over here and go to the store to sell, what's the deal going to be? Okay. 544. Yeah, so it still behooves you to micromanage this for no good reason. So we'll do that. Sell the cicada for 544. Haywire is 137. I don't think I'm going to need that. We're going to sell it off. It just doesn't seem like it's a thing that's up my alley, per se. Wow, plasma's 153. That's pretty good. No, I didn't quite buy everything that I wanted here, but I got most of it. So the plan is we're going to turn... let's do the trebuchet first. We're going to turn the trebuchet into a 0-armor, long-range missile heat boat. So we're going to strip off these advanced materials. We'll strip off all these jump jets because we're not going to be doing any jumping whatsoever. Good. I'd like to move the ammo to the legs, but because it takes time to move, like a day for every single thing, I might leave it here just for this one mission. Let's swing down to the first mission anyway. Let's get the incendiary ammo, and we'll put that in the leg for now. And then this is where I wanted to mount 2, or was it 4? I think I actually wanted to mount 4 LRM-5s, but I can't quite afford them just yet. So what we're going to do is use a single LRM-10. We'll put that in the arm here, and we'll pretty much call this a day. Let's adjust our armor accordingly. I want to strip off all the armor. However, I'm not going to do that right now because I just can't quite afford it. So we'll leave it alone. 53 days we're going to be waiting on this. 53 days. Holy. Is that a joke? That's not a joke. That's a serious thing. How is that 53 days? I don't understand. So if I put one LRM-10 over here, that's 5 days just for that. Wow. And if I put this incendiary ammo in, that's 6 days. Okay, so that's fine. So what am I actually... Oh, I'm waiting on the armor, I think. But I should be stripping the armor. Oh, I see what's happening. So what's happening is we're moving armor from like the legs to the torsos. That's why it's taking so long. So what we need to do here is just drop the armor off manually, and then it won't take so long. Whew. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly, because you're going to get over it in like 2 days. You know, we're about to go spend a ton of money to just breeze right past this and make it not even be an issue. So it's just kind of a minor annoyance in the beginning that I don't think is really necessary. So 25 and 25. Great. We'll just keep dropping this stuff down. Yeah, you can't even click the max armor button because then you have to wait like 4 years for it. I don't think my head needs 45. There we go. 55 tons. I'll rip off more of this later, but this is probably decent enough for now. Still 53 days. When did it go up to 53 days? What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to look at every single thing I do individually, right? Because apparently... So we're at 0 days. Add the incendiary ammo, that's 2 days. Add the LRM-10, that's 6 days. Now, as I drop armor... It's taking a day for every armor I... What if I just strip all armor? Okay. So it's a day to remove one armor, but to remove all of it is 0 days completely. What? Fine. Okay, I don't need armor. Armor's for losers. 6 days, 13,000. There we go. That's insane. Oh, okay. Back over here in the Panther, yeah, this guy needs a whole new rekit, so let's put him in first. He's going to take a little bit of a while, as you can probably imagine. We're going to go full... Assuming this heatsink works the way that I think it does, we're going to go for full medium laser. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pull these TSMs off later, but right now I don't want to spend the time to equip them on somebody else. Another laser here. That's probably sufficient. I want to put in those, I think it was SRM4s. We got one in here, and we got one over there, and an SRM ammo we can throw down here. That's 21 days. That's not too bad. I would like to put more armor on this guy, but boy, am I scared to even try to click the buttons to see. Let's just confirm it for now as it is, and we'll see what happens. Next up, Firestarter. So for the Firestarter, I'm going to go for maximum starting of fires. I don't know why these Flamer +++s are so terrible, but they are, as you can compare them side by side here. The +++ does 8 damage instead of 5, okay, but I mean, people don't use Flamers to do damage. And it additionally does 13 heat instead of 10, so that's 30% more heat. But the heat that you suffer from launching it is 8 versus the regular one, which is 3. That's like almost 300% more heat on your own mech for only 30% more heat on the enemy mech. So I'm actually going to strip off all of these Flamers because I don't want to be hot at all at any point in time. And then we're going to use regular things. So we're going to throw on the advanced materials. I'm going to put that probably in the leg down here. That adds 4 days. I want to put the supercharger in as well in the center torso. That's going to add 1 day. All right, this means I can walk pretty far, which means I'm going to drop my jets off at this point. I don't think I really need them, and that'll free up a whole bunch of space. I'm also going to drop off the EWS here because it's 3 tons, and I just can't afford to have it right now. I don't need a double heat sink as a result, though, of the fact that I'm going for full Flamers. So 10 of these regular Flamers will generate 100 heat on an enemy, but only 30 heat on us. We can do that every single turn without any issue whatsoever. So let's get these guys in. Oh, Flamer in the head. Hell yes. Flamer in the head until he's dead. That's what I always say. Did I just put an MG over there? No. Let's make sure I put all the Flamers I can in the arms, just because they have a higher chance to hit. So we have 2 over there, 3 over here, 1 there, 1 there. Okay, good. This is going to bring us up to 34 tons. I suppose I could have put an 11th Flamer in, but I didn't buy it yet. I kind of went light here. I do want more armor on this mech, but I'm really scared. 28 days already on this. We're going to be sitting here for months. But not necessarily, though, because there's a lot of upgrades you can do pretty early on. 1, 2, 3. Let me see here. 4 to 5, 6. 33 days. 1, 2, 3. 4 to 5, 6. 38 days. I'm going to actually do this. We're just going to bump up our arms to, like, full. Get our center torso up. Beautiful. And that's looking good. All right. And this is not the ideal scenario here. I would like to mess around with it, but I'm time crunched. So 60,041 days confirmed. And then lastly, we're going to have to mess with the blackjack, but we're already up to over 2 months. So first, let's go to the engineering bay here. And let's upgrade immediately to repair and refit. 15 days for +3 tech points. Sounds good to me, and it's 270,000. Okay. Next up, we're going to have to come over here to... I might have to run a mission without redoing my blackjack, unfortunately. I really do want to redo it. That's why I bought all those heavy machine guns, but I just don't see that. I may or may not have the time. We'll take it a little bit slow here. So let's go to the barracks first. Let's promote me. I want to be in the Firestarter, of course, so I'm going to go for probably... Ooh, that's going to be a big purchase here. Oh, can't quite get it. All right, well, in that case, let's go for piloting, I suppose. 1. I mean, at least that way I've got more evasive and a little bit more chance to hit, so that looks good. Next up, apparently you can customize soldiers now, but you can't customize Kickstarter backers or whatever, which is kind of lame, since I literally have nothing but Kickstarter backers, which is all fine and great for the vanilla game, but this being a modded playthrough, hopefully there's a mod to customize this so I can rename everybody to my patrons, because... yeah, I guess it's just overwrote my character files for them, unfortunately. But let's start out with whoever's going to be our indirect fire trebuchet captain. Ooh, I know Falcon. I know what Falcon's going to be. He's going to be probably in the blackjack, who's going to be like a frontline melee brawler. So what we probably want to do there is get a hit points. Maybe Juggernaut as well. That sounds pretty fun. We'll go for piloting, and then we'll move up that tree. And you know why I'm going to do that. Some of you will know why, for sure. I'm going to make him the puncher, but... who's this guy over here? So we're looking for somebody with... there we go, tactics. 7,500 tactics. Let's go indirect fire. It's like apparently Tinker. Tinker. Wasn't there a Tinker in Borderlands? Was that her name? I can't remember. I think it was like Tinker. No, wasn't that? Maybe that's the other show I'm thinking of. Whatever it was. With the World of Warcraft like clone thing. But let's go for aim hitter, multi-target, and gunnery, as well as indirect fire for the missile boat. Fantastic. So it's going to be Tinker in that, me in the other thing, Falcon in the Blackjack, and then who's going to be in the Panther? Whoever has the best chance to hit here. Well, they both have good gunnery. I like piloting more than anything else, though, to be honest. So why don't we go for, I suppose... Then again, tactics wouldn't necessarily be bad for standing still in the back. We don't really move very much, and hide or initiative would be good. All right, we're going to go for Spenthia, then, as the Panther captain. I suppose we'll just do as much aim as we can possibly get. And yeah, I'll call that a day. I will call that a day. And at this point, I think we're done on everything except for actually going through the steps here. Oh, look, my maintenance just went up by $8,000, like randomly. Let's see how much all this stuff goes down. 64 days. As soon as I get this thing done up here. Down to 60, 58. Okay, 54, and now it's down to 36. So we only have to go through one financial report then. And then this is so much better. However, I probably need to come into the ship upgrades. Yeah, see, like, why not just start with that rather than having to spend the money and time on it? We need to do repaired power conduits. That's 10 days for 90,000. After which, I believe we can do another 270 over here for 10 days, which will give us plus 3 more, and that will double our tech rating. And then we'll be in business. I think what would be better is just double the tech rating from the start and have these things be, like, smaller. You know, for, like, bigger things down the road. But for right now, they're just not super necessary. Let's keep waiting. Wait for the Panther. Wait for the ship upgrade. What is this? Power down the Argo to replace the thing. Sure. Whatever. Whatever you want to do. Don't care about morale in the slightest. Alright, Panther's done now. Here's our next upgrade. Beautiful. We got 456,000. Now, if I spend 270, we're down to less than 200, and we cannot afford our next maintenance. So what I'm going to do is go to the store and see if I can't drum up something like 60 or 70,000. Boy, I thought they made this better in patch 1.1, but now it's like click the button, wait 30 seconds. Seems to be worse. Okay. I can sell stuff. I'm just going to sell these Flamer Pluses. I'm never going to use them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me enough that I would still have enough for sure. All right, so let's do that. Let's go to the ship upgrades now. I will indeed buy this thing here for 270 in 10 days, increasing our tech points once again. Fantastic. And we scan. So our financial report's coming up. Now, I want to completely and utterly ignore morale. 100%. It's just 138,000. Wow, we're going to save like 130 a month or thereabouts. It just doesn't matter. Cold shot's not good for forever, and vigilance you're almost never going to get to use, and the plus 10 in the beginning is not going to matter. So this is by far the most efficient way, is just drop all your money completely and utterly out of paying for people in the beginning. All right, there we go. Now we've got our harness, so we've got 12 days till the fire starter's done. But here's the question. Do I have time? It would be 13 days before the next financial report when we're broke. Do I have time now with 13 days to get this blackjack the way that I want it? Probably not, because what I want more than anything is armor. And I doubt I'm going to be able to do that. I really don't want the jump jets at all. We can probably pull those things out of there. And then let me see if I were to try to drop in at least the heavy machine guns. Like, could I get those guys in? Probably not. 3 days. Okay, this is already bumping us up quite a bit. Plus, I think I have to drop the ammo out. However, where's the, Oh, I bought an MG instead of MG ammo, like a smart guy, apparently. Whoopsie daisy. Well, I could do this, but what I'm probably going to need to... Look at this. 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. Watch this. Ready? 10 days, 11 days. Oh, wow, it actually went up. I guess only when you click strip armor completely does it go down. That's interesting. What if I drop this down? 13 days. No, that doesn't do it either. What if I drop this all the way down? 16 days. Just an individual part to 0. Nope. All right, so you got to strip armor completely. Well, you know what I'm going to do then? Is I'm just going to roll with this thing pretty much as it is. And we're just going to wait for the fire starter, and then we're going to do one mission, and then we'll have the money and time to rekit it the way that I want. Mission shouldn't be that hard either. I don't think. And there we go. Contracts. Trap sprung. 1.24 million. 3.5 skull battle right out of the gates. Let's go for maximum income. There's going to be a single big mech, but you know what? It might be a vehicle, so let's go see. Oh wait, I need to do all this. So let's throw the trebuchet as our missile. We'll put it there. We'll put our tank, the blackjack on the left. The tank was definitely going to be Falcon. We'll put myself way in the back here with the fire starter, of course. And then we get the Panther over there. And then it's just a matter of who goes where. I think Tinker was the one with the indirect fire, so she's over here. And Spenthia was in the Panther for sniping. Oh, it's Spenthia, just like the Smithlerpan from whatever season that was. Let us confirm. Looking good, if you ask me. I didn't look at the drop cost there, but I'm sure it's not enough to really make a difference. Alright, we are in. So, I like how the trap missions are literally not a trap. They just tell you. They're like, hey, there's a guy there. There's also another lance someplace. Right-click, that's how you do it. Okay, so looking around here, we've got a lot of cover from various locations. So the plan always in these missions is don't get flanked. I think what I can do is come up here, probably assassinate this guy, and we can avoid flanking from down there using these hills and avoid... Well, nothing can come up there because that's the end of the map. But we can always fall back down to this gully if something spawns over there. And then I think we'll be all right. So with that in mind, I'm going to actually just reserve here to start out. See what happens. See if anything moves up. Looks like they definitely had something there during the 3 initiative. Not surprisingly. Definitely had something there as well. It sounds like they got something here as well because it's just taken a very long... Oh, there we go. He's coming right towards us. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. So what I want to do then is I want to get right into this guy's face as fast as possible. And the way to do that's probably going to be... Ooh, look at that. I can move up here into the forest and get some eyes on. And then we'll have a decision on what to do when I get there. Highlander. Okay. Not a bad little mech, if you ask me. What the heck am I looking at here? Yeah, of course, Ramshackle. This is why I don't think this game is even remotely challenging, because 25% armor. Okay, I'll just sneeze on his face, and there he goes, I suppose. There he goes, I suppose. Now, think about the inverse of this, right? So, basically, structure doesn't matter. Like, once you get through the armor, the structure is almost like you're dead. It's just going to be a couple of shots. So the armor, in my opinion, is your life pool, essentially. I mean, you got a little bit of emergency life support after that, but the armor is really your life pool. So reducing the armor of a mech by 75%, that's the same thing as reducing your damage by 75%. Imagine you started a mission, all the enemies had 100% armor, and you had 25% damage. All damage. Shots, lasers, like melee... death from above, it all did 25% damage. Imagine how agonizing that would be, how difficult it would be. Now, when the enemy mechs have the same thing on their armor, it's the inverse of that. So it's like exponentially easier for you, unfortunately. But anywho's, let's move up here. We're going to go before this guy twice, so I suppose the smart plan is we get in position to be able to shoot him as soon as we possibly can. That or we come over here and hide. I may actually want to go for a hide. Right behind this mountain, let him get closer. I think that's a smart move, so let's start moving up in that direction. Looks good. Tinker here, we want to run her probably away where we're not going to get spotted. I think here's a good place to do that. Remember, she's got like 0 armor here in the trebuchet. 0 armor. What's her chance of hitting? 40%. That's really surprisingly high. Well, considering these are only here to do heat damage, and considering I've got 50 of them and I can potentially shut them down right now if I hit every single shot, which I won't, but I'm just going to go for it. Absolutely go for it. 50 heat missiles, guys. Just raining 40 heat on him for free. Also destroying like another 10% of his armor. Let's see. Falcon. Falcon punch, as they say. Should I move up and shoot the guy? I mean, he's braced, so probably not. I mean, even though I could, what's the point? I'm better off moving up, like sprinting up to really get in position next turn. Let's do that. I'll have an obstructed shot up here after sprinting, which I'm probably not going to want to take, but 25, 25. Yeah, I got 30. Wow, 32 ammo on that stuff? That's an insane... Oh, because each one's going to take 2. I don't really want to do it, but I mean, I kind of want to see it, so, you know, why not? Just take some 25s. Woo! Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, with 32 ammo, why not? All right, top of the order. What do we got? As far as we know, we got nothing. So the smart plan here is, I think... Now, we could wait a little bit. I could actually shut him down right now, no problem, and maybe kill him. If I could move up here to a range that I could burn him. Can I do that? No. And I don't have my jump jets this time either. I could sprint up, actually, and then I could burn him. But then I'm in a position where, remember what I said about don't get flanked? That's the only thing you need to do in a mission like this. I could sprint here. We got all 60s. That's... What's his heat? It's actually not that bad. All right, I'm convinced that this is going to work. So we're going to sprint up here. We're going to take some bad 60, 65s. Looks like they changed the font over here slightly. Make it a little bit more clear, maybe? I'm not sure. This is a little bit dangerous because that pod could... The reinforcement pod could spawn, like, right here and murder me. I probably should have waited at least one more initiative phase, but alas. 50, 55s across the board and a fire. 10 flamers, friends. 10 of them. Oh, I hit most of them, too. Starting out strong with 70 heat. Woo! Already shut down. Already shut down. All right, then. Well, if that's the case, why don't we move out here? Unobstructed shots, I suppose. With our Panther, what are the odds? 85s and 80s all around. Boy, that's some big hits for sure. Oh, by the way, you can see here I should be generating 70. I forget what the SRM's 78, 80. I should be generating like 86 heat. But from the looks of it, I'm not going to generate anything. So the double heat sinks are working. I'm pretty sure, because this should be something like 60. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're working. With this being the case, though, where do I want to shoot this thing? Does he own anything that I want to try to capture? Heat sink, jump jet, no, nothing there. LRM 20, I don't care about that. LRM ammo, that could be fun, but not really necessary. Particle cannon, no, not really. 45% in that torso, 51 center. Well, I should probably just go center and absolutely evaporate him, right? Because that would just be the smartest thing. So, center torso, spent the fire. I think, like, none of those actually hit the center torso. Time for some Falcon? Time for some Falcon, guys? I think so. I think it's time for us for some Falcons here. Medium rifle, and 4 medium lasers. Looks good to me. And fighter center torso once again. Boom. Whoa, we're just really hitting that arm, or right torso over there. Shots going all over the place, amazingly, for whatever reason. Let's take a look at this guy. How's he doing? 103, 58, 91. Now, he's in no jeopardy whatsoever of being killed right now, especially because Tinker does no damage. It's all heat damage. So what I'm going to do here is wait for him to turn back on, then we'll hit him with another volley. So he's potentially not turned back on anymore. Let's see how this works out. 65s across the board. Can we get better than that by chance? Like if I move up, 85s, yes, but then I'm in range, which is very dangerous because I'm in direct line of sight. I think I'd actually rather sit back here and take these 65s, to be honest, because we can't risk any indirect fire hitting her, so... And we're completely out of line of sight right now. 65s, boom. It's raining! And he's shut down again. Alright, where are those reinforcements at? They're definitely moving, but I don't have any clue. They must be far away. Strange. All right, Spenthy, if you wouldn't do us the honors of murdering a Highlander. 51% center torso. Boom! Oh, nice. Yep, hit 2 of them. And that's just a right torso destroyed, right arm destroyed. Looking good. First mech of the game that I fight is an assault mech, and it literally doesn't take a shot. I'm actually going to reserve myself here just to see if anything shows up or shoots me, and I don't need to use my fighter just yet. I can wait for him to go again. Falcon's up here having a grand old time, so let's do some granding, shall we? We're gonna go right here for center. I do want to shut off one of these lasers, though. Looks good. Boom. Oh, wow. Missed the 70. Missed the other 70. For some, I don't feel like called shot's, like, working right now. We got 50% for everyone to hit the middle, and we've missed it, like, 98% of the time. It's strange to me. So he's definitely going to turn back on. Oh, no, not necessarily. I just got to hit him for like 19 damage. But you know what? There's no sense in me doing it. Oh, I guess I get to cold shot it. So why not, right? 80%, look good. 51% center torso. In theory, this should kill him, but let's see. Death by fighter, guys. Plus 90 heat. Wow. All right. Well, that's an assault mech. Ooh, finally we got an idea of what's going... Oh, they're behind us. Aha! Freaking wonderful. Tinker, you need to move. Like, you know, the total opposite direction. In fact, I may... Yeah, just move over there for now. Let's get out of the way. Wow, look at that, though. That's their quote-unquote trap. They're going to put a zero-armor assault mech as a quote-unquote trap on the top of a hill. And then they're going to reinforce it by a pod 3 million miles away who will never get here in time to save it. Brilliant trap. I want to meet the guy who came up with this trap strategy. I want to see what his name is. I'm guessing his name is like Tom for some reason. That, to me, that seems like what it should be. I think there's a Tom who came up with this trap. He's like, hey, I know. What we're going to do is bait the enemy. They'll never see it coming. We're going to trick them. We're going to trick them good. I'm Tom. That's how I imagine the conversation went. Well, we almost done here? Not quite. Gotta move up there. Great. So my plan here is pretty simple. Why is there a fruit fly flying, hovering in front of my face? Where did that even come from? But yeah, my plan's pretty simple here. I'm gonna wait for these guys to get much closer, and then we'll spring what a real trap, a non-Tom trap looks like on their faces once they get here. It's going to be a little bit of a while because they're really far away. I could move down here if I wanted to, which I very well might, but I was concerned that they might come up over this hill while I was, like, positioning in the middle. So, for now, we're going to use this rock, which is sufficient, I think. Alright, and then at this point, can I just hit done? Yep. So, yep, we can see that they're moving up over in this direction on average. I'm guessing this is a center of mass kind of thing. Yep, here we go. One mech over there down the hill. That's fantastic. I'm just going to reserve to the end. Okay, he's nowhere near close enough, so we're just gonna hang out here. It's getting closer. But he's not close enough. Now I don't have the indicator for where the rest of them are, but I'm assuming it's not that bad. We're going to hang out a little bit more. The non-Tom trap's about to get sprung, guys. Really? He moved 2 tiles? Okay, well, I'm getting kind of... Maybe I'm going to go take the trap, because now I'm getting a little bit like, let's go do something. I'm going to move myself out, because worst case scenario, I can run back if I find some more stuff or start getting flanked. LRMs might be a little bit of an issue. What do we got out here? A quick draw. Well, that's interesting. Can I shoot that there, quick draw? No such luck, but I can definitely brace. We're going all around the town here with no additional enemies, so... Let's have Tinker do some LRMs. 85%. Beautiful. Fire. ...74 heat. And I don't even have... I'm going to get 10 more missiles on that pretty soon as well. Like, that's not even the maximum extent of what we can do there. Let's come flying up here with Spenthia. And we're just going to hang out. Because we can't really do anything. And then Falcon, same deal. Let's get ready. We'll sprint down here. Maybe there's better for you in this specific instance. Hopefully nothing comes up and shoots you, but, you know, you'll be up there. I guess you're not even standing in cover. So you'll just be up there. That's all. Oh, here we go. Missiles on Spenthia. Kind of a lot of them, it sounds like. We're all right, though. Yeah, I didn't wait. I'm doing like a half-tom trap, it seems to me. Can I move up here? Yeah, I could come up here and melee this guy for sure. Why on earth would I not melee a guy for sure when I can melee a guy for sure? Are these guys also ramshackle? They sure are. They're shoddy, 50%. Beautiful. Let's just get in there and punch right through this guy's 0 armor. Punch through it. Look at my little fire starter. Looks cool, huh? 45. Yep, no armor. So that's what you get. Here's some fires, by the way. I missed quite a few there, but whatever. It doesn't matter when I got 10 billion of them. Now, this guy was braced, but wouldn't you know, he's not braced anymore, guys. He's not braced anymore. Let's move over here with Spenthia, get ourselves into the cover ever so slightly. 85% across the board. Cold shot, center torso, 51, fire. Lots of stuff just happened there. Oh, hit the head, too. 3 out of 4. Beautiful. All right, Falcon. Oh, no, look at this. Something's coming up here. Wow. What is this guy, Wolverine? He must have sprinted. He came from a very long distance just now. That was actually impressive to see. You don't see people move that far, typically. Now, what does he have to do over here? He's got a rack, too. Well, that's a little bit dangerous, but I think we can handle it. So what we're going to do is move up here. The only tile we can actually get a shot on this quick draw, and we're not going to have any brace. That's fine. We are going to have a lot of guns, and we're going to use every single one on the quick draw to evaporate at 51% center torso. A boom. Oh my god. Poor quick draw, though. All right. Well, that happened. So now Tinker gets to go. I'm a little bit scared. No, I think she's actually fine where she is. We could move up a smidge. And we're looking at 30s. Okay, this guy's got tons and tons of stuff down there. Let's move up a little bit just to make sure the line of sight's not going to screw us over here. And then I want to shoot down on this guy, but I don't want to use everything. And the reason is missile weapon attacks have their hit improved by -9. Missile weapon hit chance improved. Improved by -9, huh? Direct missile attacks gain +4 accuracy. Do they? I have no idea if they actually do or not, but yeah, this guy is pretty well set up here. Anyway, next round I want to be able to fire everything. So we're looking at 12 heat plus 8, that's 30, 48 heat. I need to have a lot less than this, so we're going to shut off at least some of this stuff. Yeah, so I could do it all now and not overheat. So okay, we can do this turn, and next turn do even more. Do a full volley. Although the other question is, should I bother with this? I mean, we're only going to do a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. This is 30 missiles. We're going to hit 25% of those, so we're looking at something like 7.5 missiles. And that's going to do something like 15 heat generation. It might be worth it, but at the same time, I also might want to just brace, so then I have two uninterrupted rounds of full volleys in a row. So we're going to do that. All right, top of the round. Top of the... Oh, here we go. Somebody on the 4 initiative now. He's going to take some shots over here on Falcon in the blackjack, standing in the open. Many more missiles again. Okay, hitting the right side there. Not too bad. We're all right with this. Okay, 33% of enemies destroyed. So we now know there's only 2. We know this guy has an LRM like 20 thereabouts and a Wolverine right here. So that's some good intel, to be honest. Now, the fun thing about this is I can actually move up here and burn this guy, but it's only 50%, and it's probably not the best idea. I may want to give him a go by just waiting, and he'll move up and do something. It's gonna hurt us a little bit, but it shouldn't hurt us too much, potentially. What's a rack 2? What's that, like 25 damage times 2 or something like that? I can't remember. 30 damage times 2. It's not that bad. Worst case, he hits both shots right here and penetrates a little bit, blows our ammo rack off, knocks us down, head wound, we're dead. So I'm not too concerned. Let's just resurf. Come on, buddy. He was braced with like 10 million evasion, so let's let him actually come up here and see what he's going to do. He's going to get some nice shots, but I'm like, wait, is he going to... Whoa! Whoa! Nice move, Wolverine. Nice move. Run up there and increase your... I can't believe how far he can move. Let's take a look at his mech. What does he have? Supercharger. Okay, now I'm interested. I will want that supercharger. He's got Jump Jet IS. He's got the EWS as well. He's got a heat bank plus double heat sink over here as well. You got 6 TSMs over there. He must have done a sprint melee just then. I haven't actually done a sprint melee yet. How can I take this guy down and still get all of his gear? I think it would have to be go for the legs. So with that being the case, we all get to go before he gets to go. Should I go for the... I don't want to go for the back. I actually want to go for the legs. Let's come in. We're going to melee this doofus from the trees with me and pray that maybe I can somehow clip his leg with a punch and then burn his leg off. I doubt it, but let's see. The only thing I'm worried about here is, like, trying to get loot. Like, that's my only goal. And then again, I can't even get the loot because I went full money on this one, so I shouldn't care at all. Shouldn't care at all. Now that I've reminded myself that, we're just going to go all out and wreck this guy. Heat bank, plus destroyed, plus 90 heat, and a knockdown from a single punch. Okay. Well, that guy was playing the game, I guess. Wow. That poor guy. Falcon, you want to turn around over here and actually rotate up? Really? Your odds are that bad? Oh, because they're obstructed? All right, let's do this. Your right torso is broken. Let's give your left torso then to the missile boat guy. And let's just wreck this thing. I'm going to... That's unlikely with 0 chances of choosing anything that I'm going to be able to actually pick up the supercharger. So let's just kill him. 66% center torso looks good. I think the 50s on the medium rifles are worth it. 40 damage over like the 1 medium laser for 25, even with the odds. Fire. Was that miss? Miss, 25-25. Beautiful. Good way to use a whole bunch of 70s and 50s there. Let's see. Spenthea, same kind of deal. Move up here. Face this guy. And a wreck. Many wrecks. 66, 85s. Across the board. Go for it. Oh, yeah. Well, those are big. Supercharger destroyed. And then Tinker. He wouldn't mind going full-on LRMs for days. Center torso. Wow. Okay, well, this guy's moving up. And that's all he's doing. So my plan is as such. He's too far away, and we're a close range squad here. So what we're going to do is just hide behind this hill. And that's going to be what we do. Yeah, I think that ramshackle, shoddy armor stuff, it's so dumb. Like, why is that in the game? You may as well just have the victory screen come up in front of the player every time. Or, alternatively, if you're going to have it be that suddenly the mechs can have, like, 0 damage, or 0 ability to withstand any damage, then I think you should do the thing I was talking about before, where every once in a while the player just does, for no explainable reason, 25% of their maximum damage. That would be super fun, and I'm sure no one would complain about it. Come on, buddy. Okay, is now a good time to start going on him? I mean, he does actually have a high initiative here, so... And no, I don't think it is a good time to go. We're just gonna keep waiting. One more time. We want to he might get a shot here, but I doubt it. He'll probably just run out into the open, get out of the cover. Oh, he does get a shot. That's a trebuchet. Okay. Okay. Couple of... Oh, head hits Spenthea there. Not a big deal, because we need to spend 3 months re-equipping our mechs after this anyway, so... down here on the trebuchet, he's not braced. Bunch of medium lasers and a couple LRM-15s. Interesting. So what I want to do is actually reserve to the point where I can move these smaller mechs out of the way here. I could use Tinker first, but I kind of want to do a melee. Any chance I could do that with... No, me? Actually, what? Apparently, yes. Well, let's do that then. Let's come in from the back of the trebuchet from 1,000 miles away and melee him, and also do 10 flamers. Hopefully knock him out of evasive, and then we can burn him into the ground, and voila! Voila! 45 damage. How many did I miss is the question. 1. Wow, that's incredible. What is with these camera cutscenes? Like, what are they showing me? Oh, wow, I shut him down just from that? That's insane. Okay, well, let's get, like, right in front of his center torso then, and we're gonna go for the center torso then. And a fire. And a fire. 51% boom. So to be entirely honest, I downloaded this mod because it says it's supposed to be difficult and you're supposed to like lose. I'm just saying that's why I downloaded it. That's why I got it. All right, let's do something else now. Let's go find like a 5 skull because holy bananas. I'm still gonna re-equip the mechs. By the way, we're not even close to maximum burning efficiency. I can still fit 10 more missiles on the trebuchet. And I can fit 2 more flamers on my mech. I just didn't have the time to do it. 1.2 million, beautiful. All the stuff I would have wanted is destroyed anyway. We got 20-day injury there and Spenthia, but otherwise we're fine. Not one single piece of gear destroyed. We're good. Absolutely good. What did we pick up? We got a TSM. Beautiful. I will take TSMs every day of the week. That's lame that you can't actually see what the salvage was when it's auto-assigned. I'd like to at least be able to look at it. So with this giant bounty of money... Oh wait, I didn't even look at the experience either. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, the thing about jumping directly into the harder battles is you get way more massive payouts for sure. Way more massive. What the heck is this? Too many radishes. What? I've never even seen this before. Agriculture world. Exchange crops with local farmers. Morale increased by 1. Okay. Too many radishes. Too many radishes? Who makes a game about BattleMechs? Like, you know what this game's missing? It's missing a pop-up that says, too many radishes. What do I want to do? I want to go... Probably... I do like the gunnery to increase my basic hit, but I also want to go Guts Eater and get the Juggernaut to knock people back with the Fire Starter, so we'll do that right now. I do want to get an extra point of guts on pretty much everybody. Tinkers are indirect fire. There's not... Well, you know, it actually is not a bad idea to have her have higher initiative, but it's not also that important either. She should pretty much never get hit, so I guess we'll just go for that for... Yeah, fine. That's fine. Considering you don't really have a huge amount of other things to do. And then Falcon... Boy, you don't have much experience. I want to save up here and I think get the evasive, so we're going to wait for you. We have to remember to promote Spenthia before we finish, but... Let's hit the store up again. I need a couple more flamers for sure. I think once I leave this zone, I don't have any more ability to buy these things necessarily, so I should buy everything I want right now while we're here. Which is going to include... What the heck is it going to include? There was at least something I needed to buy. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I needed to buy MG ammo because I had forgotten about that and bought an MG. Oh, I wanted to buy medium lasers. Let's check the weapons. Medium lasers, there we go. I'll buy like a couple of these just so I have them. Fantastic. Now, to the mech bay, where we can finally... Oh, nope, actually, I forgot my LRM 4s. Or no, LRM 10s, I think. Or, no, 5s. I need 4 LRM 5s. That's what I need. LRM 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, our reputation is now up to the 0%. Whereas at the beginning, we were paying an additional 15%. Now we're paying like 0%, like their actual costs. So we were overpaying. So it almost kind of makes sense to like just do anything. Get one mission, get your reputation up, and save 15% on all your purchases. I knew that, but I didn't really care enough to bother doing it. Let's get this LRM 10 off. Let's get these LRM 5s installed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to move all my ammos to where they actually should be in the legs. Looks good. And otherwise, what do I even need to do here? I could put in some more ammo if I wanted to. I don't think I really want to do that, though. I could put in a smidgen of armor in case that's pointless. I could put in... Heat sink? Ooh, double heat sink will mean we can fire every single turn. Although, no, I needed to put that on the, other mech. So we're gonna just roll with this. We'll put a little bit of armor maybe on the center torso, I guess. And in the front, I guess. I don't know. Sure. If we get hit from the front, maybe we won't lose our really expensive things. 13 days there, fantastic, confirm. Could have put another thing of ammo on, but not really necessary. Now, let's do the blackjack first. So these medium rifles, I just don't see the value for the weight. They're 7 tons with the ammo, and shooting from range is not really the way to win this game. So what we're going to do is go full medium laser, especially when we have the ability to heat sink 10 billion, and I do mean billion heat by default, with one single double heat sink. That gives us 66 heat sinked per turn, and we fire 60 right here, so that is fantastic. Next up, I want to put those heavy machine guns on. We got one there, one here, one there, one here, and one there, and also one there. That's going to be insane. Put the MG ammo down there, beautiful. And at this point, I'm feeling like let's max out the armor. We go from 12 days to 34 days. Armor is literally 100% max. That's a nice frontline mech, if you ask me. And the damage potential output of this mech is like 10 trillion if we get into range. And we can get into range by just moving and bracing and doing nothing. And then we have the armor to sustain a couple of rounds of getting hit to get into range. Whereas with the medium rifles, to equip them, we had to have like half armor and everything. So if we got hit once, we might have lost something out of the gate. So I just think this is way, way, way stronger. Also, I really don't want the jump jets, to be honest. But I'm already decked out here. I may do a couple of missiles. I wasn't really planning on it. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a couple SRMs in there. I could put 2 more in there. I think maybe I was planning on that. What do I have here? 2 jump jets, so we're looking at 2 tons if I take it off. That's... I mean, I could do it and then put on these 2 SRM2s. I mean... Alternatively, I could keep the jump jets on. I guess it kind of depends here. What's my movement? Max move 120, max sprint 200. What was the movement with the jump jets? Let's check really quick how it compares. So the jump's 150. So that's barely any better than moving. Moving's 120. Once I get my supercharger, we can move further than we can jump regardless, I think. Unless it also affects jumping, it might. But either way, I'm actually fine with moving slowly and bracing and taking hits with full armor if I absolutely need to. So let's do this. We'll put an SRM ammo maybe down over there, I suppose. And now we'll just adjust our rear armor accordingly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, that's all I needed to do? Okay, let's do 1 there and 1 over here. Good. This is fantastic. Look at the burst potential of this mech. 34. I actually really hate the aesthetic of the blackjack, but this loadout's pretty crazy, I have to say. So it's going to take a little bit of a while. We've got 47 days, 1 more financial report to get through, but we're not really spending much money, so we're fine on that. Over here in the fire starter, though, do I even have the ability to fit 2 more flamers on right now? I don't think I do, actually. I do have the advanced materials already. I did want to drop the TSMs over here, for sure. Especially if I can sprint melee. That sounds insane. Maybe I was doing sprint melee. I don't know. Alright, well, if we're going to do TSMs, then I need to pull them off. The Panther's never really going to be doing frontline stuff. The Panther was supposed to be like a secondary fallback tank for the Blackjack because my Trebuchet is always way out of line of sight. So with that being the case, let's come in here and get the Panther geared up. Pull the TSMs off. We'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6 looks good. Repair everything. Now we have a little bit more time to get built up here. So we already have both the SRM4s with the SRM ammo. We've got maximum late. I could do another SRM4, or but those are 2 tons, and then I don't have 1 more ton of armor. Or I could do max armor. I think I'd rather actually have max armor, honestly. Especially since I don't have another SRM, I have to go buy it and load stuff up. The LRM Deadfire ammo would be interesting. What if I did the SRM Deadfire ammo? You lose 30% range, but you gain 35% damage. I could put that on, and that could squeak out the rest of our stuff here. However, not too concerned with it. I think for now, this is perfectly fine. I could throw a couple of, like, flamethrowers on if I wanted to, but I don't see the point in doing that either. I guess I could throw the tag on. It's only 1 damage. Yeah, you know, that wouldn't be bad, actually. Let's throw that in. A support weapon there, and then we'll drop off a little bit of rear armor. Let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, and a bunch there. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Let's put this one back up one so it's symmetrical and drop another one off of that. All right, well, actually, you know what? Let's drop 2 off the rear torso and put 2 more in the center torso. Or 3 more, 4 more even. Looks strong to me. 17 days down here. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So we're probably looking at least 2 more payments, which we can afford. And then lastly, we got the fire starter here. So we're already at 35 tons and we're not max armored, unfortunately. I do, at the very least, though, want to throw in some TSM. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then I guess I'll put 1 here, I suppose. So 6. That's the most you can have. More than 6 will not grant further bonus. What's my movement over here? 275 sprint. Does taking this off actually affect the UI? 275 sprint. It does not. It should affect the melee. Let's check. Nope, it doesn't affect the melee. Okay, yeah, so Roguetech's implementation of these things working doesn't function anymore in 1.1. I'm sure they'll fix it so that theirs overwrites the Battletech's 1.1 like addition. What I need to really do here, though, is get one of those UL gyros that get -3 tons, and then I'd have to drop off. Does the supercharger have to be in the center torso? I'd have to drop off 2 flamers, I suppose. That sucks. Assuming the supercharger has to be in the center torso. I'm guessing it does. Yeah, it's lame. So maybe the UL gyro isn't the way to go. Even though it give me 3 more tons, because then I have to dismount 2 flamers. So I guess the idea here is I just get more advanced materials. I don't need too much more, honestly. Like, to get maximum armor would probably only be like 1.5 more tons, and then I need 2 more tons for the flamers. So we're looking at like 2 or 3 more advanced materials to get in a better position. But for now, this looks pretty good. 4 days, 6,000. I like it. I like it. And now we wait, and then I find a new mission. I probably should just leave because there's... Or I could do another one of these missions here. But what's the point? Look how lame these are. Ooh, this one's 4 out of 18 salvage, though. But I don't want to capture a base. Let's go somewhere else while we're waiting for all of this stuff to generate here. See if I can't find something more strong. Challenge. Half a skull. Okay. Can we find something better than that, maybe? So where did I start? Galatia. I don't think I can even... Why is everything half a skull? Is that just the way that 1.1 works? Yeah, it looks like everything on the map, no matter where it is half a skull challenge. So I don't think that's actually even a legitimate mechanic. How do I get the mouse back? There we go. Well, if that's the case, it doesn't really matter where I go. Thickly forested world, agriculture, inner sphere, poor. I don't want to go there, or maybe down here. Manufacturing desert. Well, I don't really want to go with desert world. They did that too much in the last game. They're rich, though. Manufacturing rich. We could find an urban mech. Ultraba. Agriculture poor, no thank you. Arctic. Ooh, this could be fun. Arctic rich mining. Only a token population, but 25,000, 22 days. Let's go for it. Now, one thing I really want to know is, can I skip all of this stuff? So far, yes. But can I skip the thing where you have to do the jumps? That was the one I really need to skip. Well, you can skip that. Next, down here, 145. Beautiful. No, you still can't skip this. Well, you can skip the undocking one at least. Tinker and Bootkit. Tighten the discipline. Talk. I'm just going to go do some talking. They both suffer injuries. Good job, guys. Tinker and Bootcamp having fist fights, apparently. Looks like you can skip that as well. So you can skip everything but the jump animation, which is the longest, most tedious one. That's unfortunate. We've arrived at Fekda. What do we got? Jackhammer. We got a jackhammer, guys. What the heck is this? Rock breaker? Damage 15 times 3. Stability 10 times 3. Heat 5. Range close. Interesting. Lots of mining drill. Damage 60, stability 40, heat 10. Weird. SRM 4++, though. Since I have all those other ones, this could be very good. Damage. +2 damage. Plus 0.5 stability. Well, I don't really need it, so maybe before I leave I'll grab it, but for now. Excavated Claw I don't care too much about. I missed the mod that sorted them by, like, rank of importance. Let's go hit the contract. What? No. That can't be right. There's got to be more. Let's go back to the Argo here and then come back. I bet there's more missions. Ah, yes, many. Well, no. What the heck? There's like easier missions over here? No, thank you. Let's go somewhere else then. I had done all default start, in case anyone's wondering. I just hit go. Agriculture, poor, Terran world, token population. Rich, token, desert. Oh, here we go. Mining, recreation, token population, inner sphere. Sure, 17 days, let's do it. Alright, large laser. No, I'm never going to use one of those things. Let's see. Anything else here? Not a thing. Not a thing. Alright, contracts then. Or I can click Darius. Gotta run, Darius. Thanks for chatting, though. Okay. That's still easier as far as maximum payout. Please tell me there's more. Please tell me there's more. Destroy base. Nope. 3-skull battle is the hardest thing I can find here. Lame. Can I just, like, increase the difficulty or something? Like, settings. Well, difficulty. Enemy force strength. Here we go. Very hard, for God's sakes. Thank you. Save. Is this going to regenerate, or do I have to go to a new place? Nope. Let's go to a new place. Alright, hopefully this takes care of it. Wow, everything went from half a skull to 1 skull. A poor Terran world. Alright, it's fine. It's 25,000, 17 days. Let's get there. I don't think these guys have literally anything at all, alright? I think it's been like 20 minutes since I finished, since I knew I was gonna like wrap up the last mission. And I still haven't gotten into a battle yet. And this is not any difficult. Letter of Marquis. Okay. Battle Lowlands. At least it's more money. Beefed up, so that's a defend base. Here's a battle. Take the bait. Oh no, not another bait again. An extremely heavy mech with 5 armor on it. On the other side of the map, away from all of its reinforcements. Well, no. Let's do this one here. It's 1.2 million. It should be more difficult. Unfortunately, there's not much salvage. I could do this here. This is 1.4 million. Defend base. I don't know what a defend base is. Let's do this. I do need some money, apparently. But I also kind of want to get some loot. 230,000 is probably more than I need for money. Plus I can sell some loot or whatever. I'll do this. Let's do like that. Sure. Most salvage, but otherwise no such luck. Now I needed to... Oh, I still have to wait. Whoopsie daisy. And I have to go promote Spenthia. Forgot about that. What was I doing with her? Who she shoots? She shoots, she scores, as they say. So probably more tactics then, or I just save it. I think I just want to save it. So let's go wait until our mechs are ready in 12 days. What the heck is this? Just whatever. Host a public game. Morale increased by 1. I wish I could shut these events off, because all they do is affect your morale, and I'm playing a 0 morale game, so... Yay! All right, now we can do a mission. I'm not really sure. Maybe there's going to be more things on the map when I get down there. That might be the case. Let's go find out. I'm excited to see. Excited to see. We'll bring all the mechs, all the pilots. Looks good. Roll. We're in. Looks like Steiner's intel was correct. We're picking up Maricom chatter in this area. Oh, I can see right there. They've got a blackjack. It looks like. This could get ugly. Priority 1 is keep them away from the base. Here, my priority is let them kill the base. I don't care about that. I just want some loot, so... Hold out reinforcements for 10 rounds. Defend the Lyran base. That's right here. They're gonna have to blow up these buildings. Doesn't seem likely. Ensure all buildings survive. Destroy enemy vanguard. Where can I go to get some... cover? Well, looks to me like... down here, if I sprint really quick before they get a chance to go, we could get down right behind this hill and come around from either direction. That seems like a smart idea. Well, let's do that right now. Oh wow, Spenthia can barely sprint. I, however, can sprint a little bit better. I like how I'm guarding the base and I'm just stepping on it all. Crush, crush. Base reminds me of the Shen DLC in XCOM. Okay, I doubt... Well, actually, they might be able to move... Oh, they got a spider. Interesting. Okay. And now we begin. And now we begin. I don't want to fight that spider, so... But it's going to go... It's going to get to go after one of us goes. So Tinker needs to move and hide. That's my #1 plan. Get her down here behind these things so she doesn't get destroyed. Okay, looks like we've got 3 more mechs out there, no surprises. One of them's a light, one's a medium, one's a heavy, as far as I can tell. Could also be 1 class greater than that all around with pilot skills. Very bad odds over here. And I don't want to overheat. I want to be able to do an alpha strike next turn. So I think what I might do is not take any shot whatsoever and just brace with her. Okay, here comes the spider now. And that's what he did. There you go. In case you were wondering if he was going to do something. He didn't. I'm going to move down here. I'm going to get whatever tile has the most likelihood of having line of sight blocked to all the enemies, which to me seems like over here on the left. I might have that rock that blocks it. We're going to punch this guy, burn him, 80s across the board, 85% melee. Looks beautiful. Oh god, looks beautiful. Hey spider, I don't know why you're sprinting into my face, but we're going to, yeah, there we go. Okay, left leg destroyed. And that's before I even got the flamers off. Holy bananas. 70 heat. Wow. Hit 7 out of 10, apparently. -1 initiative, held 2 out of 3. Enemy turn. They have their potentially light mech now. Which one is it? Guy on the left. Good to keep that in mind. 4. They only moved 4. It didn't seem like they moved all that much, to be honest. I want to move down as much as possible, but at the same time, I prefer to stay further away. Nah. I think we're just going to have to move and evaporate this guy. Let's go for it. We're going to move down here. We're going to have some cover here with Spenthia, at least a little bit. We'll have a little bit of evasion. I'm going to eradicate this guy. I have a tag, apparently, as well. Interesting. A bunch of SRMs, apparently, and a whole bunch of medium lasers. Boy, that's a lot more than before. Should I take off this guy's leg just to try to have fun? Maybe. I think that actually would be kind of cool. Let's go for it. 31% left leg, spider, fire. Okay. I don't think we're hitting the leg much. Oh, there we go. Both legs destroyed. Right leg, left torso, left arm. Fantastic. Well, 1 mech down. Nice. Good work, Spenthia. Good work. Oh, it's an enforcer. He braced with some evasion. I don't know. He must have sprinted down there and couldn't have done anything else, is my guess. So here's my plan. We're actually stuck up here on this hill. That's not where I want to be. Let's sprint down here with Falcon then and get out of line of sight. Absolutely dootly. Boy, it's going to be fun when I get him in there for a melee, huh? I can't wait. Or even just a shot. Going to be insane. Okay, Mech's coming up now. Top of the order. Guy on the left gets to go, and then the enforcer gets to go. I want to move myself out of line of sight, but be generally available over here to go murder guys. So I'm going to move kind of in the middle in this area. Did I just find something else, or did we lose sight and reestablish it? I'm guessing we lost and reestablished, so that's good. Brace. This guy's coming up. Okay. Let's get Spenthia now. If we can't sprint maybe down here a little bit, fantastic. Get out of line of sight. Get into the gully. The map design of this game is absolutely fantastic. Like, it's really varied and traverse. Lots of undulations up and down all around, as they say. However, it makes stuff like tactics incredibly simplistic because you can always ambush the enemy always every time. Like, there's no open battlefield where you're just going to get wrecked if you even try to do something sneaksy. But you can't because it's a flat terrain. Still, though, I really like the maps. And then Falcon, we're going to need you to move up here. Great. Let these guys get a hell of a lot closer than they are. I don't know what direction we're going to go for them, but we'll find out in just a second. I don't have too many options because until we get that, what's it called? Supercharger on Falcon. Whoa, what the heck is this? I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading our way, okay? That's way behind us, though, 1,000 miles over here. So I'm not too concerned with that. Let's resurf. Let all these guys move up. I know they can come shoot the building, but whatever. I should probably just, you know, the building only matters insofar as, like, getting money. I should probably just always go full salvage, then I can sell all these super expensive rare things that we find all the time. I'm just going to keep reserving here and let them all get closer. Not even sure they're going to be able to get closer, to be honest. Also, I assume that with these guys dropping way the heck back there, the game will almost be over before they can get up here and destroy the base, but we'll see. Alright, so these guys are nowhere near where I want them to be for me to engage them right now. However, it would be possible for me to move up here and take like little sneaksy shots with these mediums can't take retaliation fire. So I might want to do that. And here's a question. Can I actually move... Could I sprint melee this guy? Apparently I could sprint. I don't know if I can melee him or not. So let's do this. Let's grab Falcon. Let's get some eyes on this guy, even though they're going to be kind of extracted. And let's see what we got. Shadowhawk. Interesting. I'd have very bad shots all around. But at the same time, I'm okay with that. Let's take it. So he's a medium on a higher initiative. Now let's see if I can sprint in there. I don't know if this mod works. So I got sprint selected. I'm not really... Is this meaning that I'm going to actually do it? Because according to this, it looks like I have shots. But I don't think the melee... Oh. Yeah, oh, I see. So when you go for a melee, it goes to the sprint range. Holy freaking bananas, is that crazy? That's insane. 85%, 53 damage, 80s across the board on the fire. Woo! All right, Shadowhawk, I hope you enjoy a bit of the old melee to the back. I definitely penetrated, but I didn't quite see how much or what for or where. Many flames. Plus 80 heat. Beautiful. What do I got over here now? We got a Jaeger mech and we got an Enforcer. All right. Let's get Tinker here. Tinker Balla, as it were. We're going to fire every single thing we've got. 55s across the board. Can we get better than that if I move anywhere? Or like, what if I moved over here? Yes, much better odds, actually. What if I move down here? 60. No, they're not better. Here, I think. Okay, nothing will be able to see her. We've got really good odds. Let's go for that, then. We'll swing up here. Get much better odds, and we'll shut down this Shadowhawk. Just like so. 65, 60s, crossboard fire. 60 missiles, friends. 60. Yep. Okay, now, Spenthia, if you wouldn't mind moving up here. Odds are looking good, and you're a little bit protected against these guys, but do I even care about these guys at this point? I mean, I go at the top of the turn. I can run over there and melee one of them. Do I have Juggernaut yet? I actually can't remember. Can I click on myself and find out? I do not. Oh, if only I did. So when do they go exactly? Well, it looks like the Enforcer goes on a 3 initiative. I can go before him and melee him, but then the Jaeger mech's gonna get to do something. So I need to be a little bit careful for one more turn. One more turn. So we're gonna play like maybe, I don't know, 85s across the board here. Here's the same thing, even though it's obstructed, but we're a little bit safer against these guys. A little bit. Not perfectly, but a little bit. Shadowhawk, what's your deal? Oh, hey, look. You've got 50% armor again. What? 51% center torso fire. Did he have an ammo rack in the center torso? Oh no, they're shooting my buildings. I mean, I was already... Even if I had to turn around and run straight back... like, I don't think I would have been able to do anything about that. Here's the question. If I go right now... Well, I mean, I need to go, obviously. But if I go right now, I could knock one of these guys out. What's the Jaeger mech have? He's got a lot of stuff. What about the Enforcer? Gauss rifle. That's very scary. Is there some way that I could kill both of them? I don't think so. Not in my current scenario. I need to wait one more turn. That's the smart thing to do. So... as much as I want to go over there, though, I really, 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 really want to go over there, but it's stupid, because then I'm going to take a Gauss shot when I don't need to. It's really not a smart idea, so... Let's not do that. I'm just going to run myself. We're going to go for a sprint. We're going to sprint all the heck the way back here, apparently. Or maybe, like, down here, just to be super safe. Looks good. Gonna end the turn whenever I get a chance here. Let's go zoom back up here and see where these guys are. Well, I thought that I had seen them, but apparently not. Must have been these guys that were blipping in and out. Alright, so we're gonna fall down this hill a little bit. Okay, there they are in the back of that hill. And then Tinker, I think the best thing, just hide, like, down in this ravine. No one will ever see you down there with your 0 armor. And then we gotta get Falcon a little bit closer, ready to go do a Falcon punch in the near future. So there looks like a good place. They're really trying to take out that building. They're trying. Yep. Pretty hard to hit the broadside of a building, apparently, when you're an AI. Ooh, wow. Look at that long range. Very nice. Lots of SRMs. Good job, guys. Let's reserve. I'm just going to let these guys all move. We've killed both of these guys, essentially. Then we'll run back up there. They're probably going to take out at least a couple of the buildings, but... what are you going to do? Honestly, how are these guys over here as well? Because the reinforcements spawned over here. Or at least the dropship landed over here. I think. I'm not sure if it ever even would have been possible to defend this base with guys coming from 3 totally different cardinal directions. On the plus note, though, they really, really get baited by these buildings pretty hard. Okay, now, who's best to go first? Spenthia is like a good assassinator. Then again, Falcon can move up here. Ooh, boy. He's going to be unstable if he goes over there. If he comes up here, he's got elevation, but then he's obstructed. But if he comes over here, he'll be close enough to potentially melee next turn if I want him to do that. So, you know what? Before we do this, let's reserve one more turn. I thought I had already done that, but I didn't. Yeah, very good. Very good. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, one building's down. Good job, guys. You did it. Guess I was wrong about them actually getting to the building. Now, let's see. Let's get Falcon as close as possible is my guess. Right here. Nice. Nice. Neither one of them's doing nothing. Okay, we got all shots over here. Not all shots over here, and we can't split. That's an interesting decision to make. But all those heavy machine guns, though, I think I have to do this one. There's just too many additional things to fire if I fire up over here. Looks good to me. Come on, Falcon. Show us how it's done. TTS++. I don't know what that would have been, but I guess we'll never find out. Okay, that guy's completely down. Now, I'm wondering, I think we can kill the Jaeger, no problem, without me. So I'm going to come over here, actually. And I'm going to go melee the Enforcer from, I think, behind directly. Looks like I got 65 on the melee and 80s across the board with the Flamer, which is sufficient, I suppose. Is that moving or sprinting? Where's my actual move range? It's over here. Okay, so if I go to melee this guy, is it still 65%? As far as I can tell, yes. All right, we're going to split this up and kill both of these guys. I'm going to go into the cover. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to come back here, hit the Enforcer in the back with like a melee sprint move or some such. Jaegermech seems like he can barely stand up. You see him waddling over there. Hey, Enforcer, what's going on, buddy? I'm just going to casually stroll in. Miss my 65. No surprise there. 41% instability. I don't know what that means. Can you potentially fall down? Was that a 41% chance to fall down? Hit 6 of my 10 flamers, which is fantastic. Although, I think lower than normal odds. I think there were 80s and I had 8 of them. But alas, it's fine. I'm going to get Tinker here to fire up on the Enforcer. 80, 75s, 80, cross the board. Full Alpha Strike. 88 heat. Okay. And then Spenthia, you can come up here and be like, hey, you're in a great position to have fun times. Ooh. Ooh, super fun times. The Jaegermech, I think we can deal with him later. Right now, I think I just want to take out this Enforcer because it looks like a fun thing to do. Or should I just take out the Jaegermech because it's a fun thing to do? I don't think we will take him out, though. Why don't we go for the Enforcer before he gets a chance to go? 85s, center torso, boom. All right, now we get some indication of what's going on. They got 2 things that are apparently light mechs. There we go. We got 4 things over here. That's where all 4 of those mechs are. That's good to know. Very good intel. But however, they're down in the ravine, so they're not going to be able to get to me, and I'm not going to be able to get to them. But I'm fine with that. Next up is this guy over there. Then they've got the Enforcer. So I've got to shut down the Enforcer or just deal with him in general. I can probably just melt him, to be honest. But you know what? Spenthia is like really good at doing exactly this sort of thing. So maybe I should have her do it. Then again, I might want to come over here and melee this Jaegermech, get him on the ground. That could be fun. Someone's got to kill the Enforcer. I think a second Alpha Strike here from Spenthia looks good. 51% fire. Oh, yeah. Okay, so their little light mech's going to go shoot a building. That's too bad. Whew. It's like 7 lasers. All right, my turn now. Don't you know? Don't you know, guys? It's my turn. 65% on this melee. That's because I'm in this... He's in these weird rubble, so it's hard to hit him. Or I'm standing... Yeah, I missed another 65. Beautiful. Pilot check avoided. Another 36. Beautiful camera work. Definitely seeing what's going on here. 100%. I think he's falling down, I guess? Plus 90 heat. All right, there we go. 1 out of 3 health. He had a UL gyro, and I destroyed it. Well, it was probably going to happen. It was probably going to happen anyway. I mean, oh. Big shot. Oh, there's another lance over there. Oh, so there's actually 3 lances in this battle. I thought maybe that's what was happening. Interesting. Huh. I could have sworn those guys were over here. Well, if these guys... If this lance didn't exist, these ones would not have been able to kill this base. I didn't realize there would be 2 lances on this. Regardless, we're going to move in this general direction. Focus up over here a little bit. We'll fire maybe a little bit at the Jaeger mech. I don't know. I got enough missiles to last forever, so whatever I can fire, I suppose we will. I think the LRM-5s are less heat... I think they're less heat efficient than the LRM-20s, so we'll do something like that. Should I even bother with this? Nah, it's a stupid waste of time. Let's just brace. And now it's a matter of Falcon. What do you want to do, Falcon? What do we got down here? 9730. 8 on the head. Very interesting. Lots of heavy machine guns. 95% to melee him. Or we could just shoot him for all of these things. Well, let's actually move down here towards the trees. Angle back up. And then we could shoot him with everything. And then we'll have some cover in case these guys get to the top of the hill. Plus, we'll get a cold shot. Plus, he's going to have to stand up here anyway. So maybe I should have overheated him just so he was like, he had to turn himself back on. Might have made sense. But you know what? Why don't I only have to hit the head once, to be honest. So why don't I just go for a headshot? 4% looks good. Fire. Fire, Falcon, fire! Oh, I don't know. Did I do it? Right, arm destroyed. Advanced materials destroyed. Advanced materials destroyed. No, I didn't. I didn't do it, nor did I kill him. So he's going to be able to stand up and do it. I should have shot him with the... Yeah, 19. I should have shot him with the missiles. Because then he would have been shut down. He would have stood up and done nothing. It's alright. He's not going to do anything anyway. He's going to stand up and be like, oh, I'm super hot. It sucks. What do I do? Most of his guns are destroyed. Melee is my guess, maybe? Or a backup brace? Nope, he's gonna shoot. Miss with both of his lasers on Falcon. Poor guy. He must have really overheated there. No, I guess not. 2 lasers isn't that bad. He avoided blowing himself up, though, which I suppose is good news for him. If that's the sort of thing you think is good news, I guess. Let's have Timber actually take this guy down now. I think a couple of LRMs should be sufficient, honestly. Why don't I just fire everything, because it'd be hilarious. And then we can just wait. Yeah, just watch her melt this guy to death with missiles. Amazingly, we somehow didn't kill him. Oh, I get to go. Okay. What is this guy actually at right now? Wow, we hit him only 1 missile hit there. I think all the missiles hit his arm somehow. I've never seen a mech so ripped to shreds. Like, that is insane. And he's still alive. Well, let's come down here. Let's actually start moving in this direction. Can I swing back up there? Yes, let's do that. Smithy's gonna have an obstructed shot, but who cares? We need to start getting towards these guys. And a fire. Oh, not with everything, though. We do not want to do overheats. Looks good. Center torso. Boom. Head destroyed. Wow. After all of that, we end up destroying his head. That's insane. Alright, what I need to do now is sprint like the wind to get ready to evaporate some mechs. Was this guy walking backwards? What the? Why did they all just walk backwards? Someone's actually coming over here, believe it or not. Well, that's strange. Let's let him do it. He's gonna get a shot on us. It might hurt, but... Ah, Wolverine. There we go. Shot on Falcon with a large laser and a medium. Both missed. He's in a forest. Okay. Interesting. Apparently, we walked back one tile, so now they're like, screw the base. We'll just YOLO sprint, I guess. Or not. I honestly don't have a clue what these guys are doing. They're just missing buildings over and over. And walking up and down a hill, as far as I can tell. Uh-oh, that guy hit the building. That was it, though. Let's reserve again. I'm actually, I want to see what happens here. Ah, Enforcer again. Hey, buddy. You sprint, no, you moved braced. Interesting. I wouldn't, a Wolverine. Sprinting. Interesting. Double Wolverine, was it double Wolverine, double Enforcer? That would just be a cool pod, thematically speaking. Now they're shooting this building. I guess they never heard of focus firing. Okay, well. I don't know what this mech is, but I can see all this stuff up here, and it's fascinating to the extreme. Where am I now? I'm down the hill. I can do all manner of things. Let's see. Enforcer, what does he have? AC-10 small, or large laser, small laser. AC-5... short-range missile, medium laser. These guys also only have ramshackle armor. How about over here? This guy, ooh, he's actually pretty hot. Maybe I could just, well, I could get up there and melt him, potentially. And that'd be one thing taken care of. And then top of the order, I can go, who actually gets to go top of the order? Well, 1, 2, apparently that Wolverine, this guy, a bunch of guys over here. Okay, so that's the only guy who can go first, is this guy, this tactician right here who ran up like a maniac. So with that being the case, I am definitely going to run up here, and I am definitely going to burn this guy with the forest in the face. This guy's going to see me a little bit, but I'm fine with that. 85% to melee, 80s across the board. Go for it, me. Go for it, me. Wolverine in the forest. Hey, friends. Hit for 53, apparently. And, more importantly, fires. Fires for days. Plus 80 heat. Oh, what do you know? He's shut down now. Okay. Well. I mean, okay. Falcon, you want to move up? You actually, no matter where you go, you won't get a shot because I'm blocking. Oh, I didn't think about that. How about Spenthia? Can you get a shot? No. Actually, neither one of you can get a shot. What if you sprinted? You could, but it would be obscured and you would have sprinted. So I'm not sure that's a smart move. If we shoot the Enforcer, that's probably not the best idea because he's braced, whereas the Wolverine's sitting here completely exposed. Then again, he's completely useless this turn. Maybe we should go for the other Wolverine then? I don't know. I don't know. Tinker, what are your odds on hitting that guy? All 30s. Terrible. All right. We could knock out that... Oh, we have a tag, actually, on Spenthia, so maybe we should move her up and shoot the tag. Have some forest here. Not the worst place to be, but maybe I should move Falcon up. No, I think he's going to get stuck if we do that, because there's only one line of fire to get through here. So he would have to be moved down there. All right, well, maybe we should... this is tough. Maybe I should sprint him up here, and then we could take all kinds of shots at the Enforcer that we tag, even though he's going to be braced. Not sure if we'll be able to move. I might need to sprint everybody, too. Let's just get in there and just get in. We'll just be in there and be like, hey, we're here, guys. Welcome. If we can figure something out, we'll figure something out. Whatever. Let's see. Enforcer, 55s across the board, 90. Over here, we got much worse odds. But I think the Enforcer is the smarter move. We're going to overheat if we do this. I do have ammo racks, so let's not do that. We will hit the tag. We'll shut off that medium laser and turn on this one, apparently. We'll have all 55s. Use whatever... I don't know what the tag does exactly, but we'll see in about 0 seconds. Oh, wait. I got a multi-target. Didn't realize. And I've also got called shots. And I've also got vigilance. I don't think I really need any of these things because we're going before all of them next turn. Or are we? Actually. Are we doing that? I don't think we are. I think we're going the same turn as them. So I could vigilance with one person. I think if that were the case, I'd want it to be with Falcon to get up there to go for a crazy punch. So let's just do this. Looks good. Fire. Okay, not the best thing in the world, but whatever. Okay, now let's check Tinker's shots. 40. I'm curious if I were to go, like, let's lock that down and look in here. Weapon accuracy. It doesn't actually show the tag thing, or if it does, I can't. It's just too much stuff. Too much stuff. All right, Falcon then. Do you want to... I would really like to sprint, but... Wait, it's telling me if I go here, I've got a shot, but then when I click on it, I don't. I think it's because we're getting blocked. So if I move here, we do have a shot. Those are terrible odds. Like, super terrible. So I think what I'm going to do then... Sprinting only barely helps, but it does help a little bit. Then we're gonna get unsteady as well if we do that, though. 45. Maybe I should just sprint up to this tree, but then we won't be able to melee next turn. No, I don't think so. Let's pop the vigilance here. Fantastic. We will indeed sprint. We'll sprint up to that thing there. They're gonna be bad shots, but whatever. I'm fine with it. We get to go first next turn. Not that it matters because we're probably blocked. And I'll probably end up reserving. We got all 30s over there, 20s over here. Hey, these aren't those bad though. I think we'll take those shots because why not, right? 45 on the right torso. Any ammo racks? No, but an SRM. How about center torso? Let's just go for that. 51 center torso with everything. Fire. Lots of stability checks. Every one of them passed. And then lastly, we've got Tinker, who very likely is going to have to move a little bit. Or does she? From here, her odds are 40-35. And while moving, her odds are pretty similar. But if I manage to move over here sooner rather than later, let's do that now. Move up over here. I don't think this thing will come up and be able to see her, but maybe. Possibly. But if I can get a little bit closer sooner, I can get better odds for sure. And then what do I want to hit is the question. Well, I think the next thing I want to melee is probably the Wolverine, or am I going to go for the Enforcer? It's hard to say. Well, I suppose the Enforcer. So let's do this, but let's not overheat. So we'll shut off whatever LRMs we need to do that. Fantastic. Couple of LRM 20s. That's still 40 missiles at 35%. Looks good. A fire. Might have made sense to just brace there, and then the top of the next turn I could have done a million things. So this guy turns himself back on, but that's all he does. Probably end up shutting him down again with Tinker. Yeah. All right, now all their other mechs that... Oh, does this guy get to go? What is he, a hunchback? No. Really? Yeah, I think actually he gets to go. He's got like 7,000 medium lasers. Interesting. Well, I'm up there with cover and some decent situations, so I think I'll let him do that. After that, we got two guys back here dancing around. So I really want to take some of these guys out if possible. That being the case, let's see what Tinker's odds are of hitting over here on this guy. 70, 70. What if we move up a smidge? Maybe like, well, here we get direct line of fire. Here we're still hidden. We got 80, 85s, but then that hunchback could come up and just wreck her. So probably not. Over here we get direct line of sight again. We got to avoid that. I guess here's the only place to hide in the cubby. Or down in this little place. Nah. I might even want to just go back if I'm not going to do anything. Like, yeah, let's go back with Tinker for sure. I'm leaving everybody up here with evasion before I do anything, because that hunchback I'm a little bit scared of. Let's try to knock out this Wolverine with heat again. Unfortunately, we only have not many missiles to do it, so that'll have to suffice. Let's use this one instead. 65, 65, looks good, and a fire. $38 heat, wow. Here's the hunchback, 29 lasers. Probably going for me is my guess. Nope, he's going for the building. And he got it. Congratulations. I don't think that literally has any impact on me whatsoever because we already lost one, so we don't get the bonus for it. And we're definitely going to defend the base because at the end of this round, it's defended. Here's a question. What do I do about the three of these guys? Spenthia here. Ooh, can she actually... No, she can't get behind. However, oh, she could melee, but she can't get behind. What about Falcon? Could we do a Falcon punch? Yes, we could. With all the MGs, knock the Enforcer right out of his little cubby. But then this guy's going to shoot us in the back, but I think we can actually handle that. And knocking this guy out would be pretty good for us, I think. Or alternatively, we can just have bad odds. No, I think I want it to move. Plus, we get the Juggernaut as well. So, let's go for the melee on the Enforcer. Heater looks sufficient to me. We may get shot in the back by something big, but you know what? We're fully armored, so we can probably take a couple of hits. All the MGs will fire here as well. Looks good, and a go. Oh, guys, it's finally time. Falcon Punch! 46, although he doesn't have arms. He needs arms so badly. All right. Now, I get to go. I could shut down this Wolverine, but he's super hot, so, I mean, is he really going to fire all his lasers and shut himself down? Possibly. I can run up here and shoot the Hunchback, but these guys are too close. So, it may make sense for me to come melt this Enforcer before he gets a chance to go. I may be able to just take him down completely, and then the Wolverine, I don't know. We'll deal with that later. I think this is smart. Let's also see how far Spenthea can go. She can't go far enough to take out this Enforcer, so I'm more concerned with meleeing this guy. We'll come down here. We'll get into this cubby there. We'll melee right through. 80s, 85. Looks good. And fire. Literal fire. Hey, upgraded version of Commando. Where'd your arm go, huh? Where'd your arm go? You're probably on the ground, by the way. And if not, you may be shut down. Oh boy, right torso destroyed as well. Failed stability check, 70 heat. Whew. That poor guy. 1 out of 3 health as well. Wait, how did he go from 1 out of 3 health up to 2 out of 3 health? What? So I'm taking a few risks here because a lot of guys get to go. Most notably, this Wolverine gets to go, but he's at super heat, and this Wolverine gets to go, and he's got really nothing wrong with him. So that's kind of dangerous, but at the same time, I could move up here, be in some cover. We could evaporate this Enforcer. I can't see not wanting to do that, so let's go for it. We'll have to weather a couple of shots, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. What can we do here? Center torso, 66. Looks good. What can we turn on? Most things, but not the last 2. All right, looks good. Fire. Okay, Wolverine runs away from us and goes after the building. Stupendous. Stupendous. These guys are still going for that building. Enforcer stands up super hot. Probably gonna melee. That's what I would do if I were him. No, he ran down the hill with his back away from us and braced. Hey, we did it! I don't even get to fight? I was just getting into the fight. What? You kidding me? The AI just dropped 2 full lances that I 100% ignored. Completely and utterly ignored. I let them kill the base, and they still could not defeat it before I won the mission. And now I'm just deprived of all of that loot that I really would have liked by killing all of those things. I was about... Payout, 501,000. Destroy enemy vanguard. We even got a bonus. We lost 67,000 from drop costs. No one took a scratch. They literally YOLO'd that building. They put everything they had into it with everybody. They completely and utterly ignored me. Even when they could have, like, maybe hit me, they still didn't do it. Wow. ER large laser. Okay. Gauss rifle. 15 tons. That's. I would take that, I think, just to sell, because it's worth 1.5 million. I don't think you can get better than that. These things, I don't know what they're worth, but they're not telling me. I definitely don't want a spider. I don't really care about having 1 out of 5 of a Shadowhawk or something. None of those things matter. Well, this is interesting. Exchanger. 1 ton. Bonus. Minus 10% weapon heat. Minus 4 heat per turn. Huh. So when I'm firing like 7 lasers for 70, that's going to be like 7 plus 4, so 11. That's pretty good. But it's also going to ruin my double heat sink stack. Ooh, heat sink double. That right there gives me that. You can't get better than that. Yoink. Literally best thing in the game, pretty much. It's like, it's that. So it takes 12 tons of heat sinks to equal 1 single double heat sink for 1 ton. It's insane. Jump jet IS. Well, we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. This I can all buy. I suppose the next best thing is the exchanger then. There we go. Confirm. The exchanger is going to be actually perfect for someone who I don't really need a double heatsink on, like, say, my trebuchet. Like, say, my trebuchet. What the hell? I won the game. By literally ignoring it and not caring. Boy. I don't know what to say about this. I'm not sure if I should keep playing. I probably should not play Battletech anymore, is what I think I should do. Because for anyone who watches the channel, you can probably tell I'm bored out of my mind. I mean, I want to play the game. I really like mechs, and I like the concept of targeting and all that, but oh my god, it's like, I just can't get something that's remotely challenging. No matter how hard I try, and it takes 20-30 minutes between missions just to wait for the UI and stuff. Still, I thought it would be better with 1.1 and with an updated Roguetech. Roguetech, there's so many imbalanced things, it's almost insane. Like, let me think over here for a second. Let me just, what if I were to put, yeah, that exchanger in here would be perfect for this, and it's only 1 ton. That's basically like minus 12 heat a turn. That's all we need. We don't need a double heat sink there, so that will keep us from ever overheating. We can probably fire every single turn, I think. Let me just quickly do the math here on that heat exchanger. So the LRMs are 18, so that's 36. And these LRM 5s, I've got 4 of them times 6, so that's 24. So that is actually 60 heat per turn. All right, so I do need a double heat sink here, which is fine because I've got one. I can put that 1 double heat sink on this. We can drop off that extra armor that I had. In fact, look at that, 54, 55 tons, double heat sink. I'm not sure where I'd put it. I guess here, or I could do something like this, like that. I guess maybe just because we have more structure here than anywhere else. All right, so now this this mech, before we were having issues with overheating with it, now 100% of the game we can fire every single missile every single turn, no problem whatsoever until we're out of missiles. Okay, the Blackjack, I did run into a couple of issues there with overheating, but only a little bit and towards the end. I just needed to like have 1 turn where I didn't shoot everything. The Firestarter, I can do this for days. I actually need some like advanced materials to increase my temperature on this, but otherwise this never overheats, so we're fine. The Panther, I don't think ever overheats either, and putting the heat exchanger on it, I'm pretty sure would break that. Would break the double heat sink, and then we actually drop a lot less heat. So, all right, I think I'm just gonna talk for a while about balance things I think about, because there's just so many things. Like, first of all, these double heat sinks, one of them for 12 tons being the same value as 12 regular heat sinks for 12 tons, but only working if you don't put a regular heat sink on. It's just terrible because it's unintuitive. You don't really, like, the UI doesn't display any of this. Even if it did, you gotta know to go look for it. double heat sinks, though increased bulk, like, you know, their effectiveness can be impacted. It doesn't say here that that's how they work. Like, you'd have to read the README file to know, and the difference between knowing that and not knowing that for a new player is colossal, like unbelievable. Like that is insane. Like the amount of damage you can put out knowing that using one of these versus not knowing that's insane. So I think that's just massively, it's not a very particularly fun mechanic either. It just, you might as well just remove overheating from the game, I think. I mean, I can stack up so many things here and almost never overheat, like why bother? And double heat sinks aren't exactly that rare either. And sure, they cost a lot and you gotta pay for them, but the paying doesn't really matter. So I don't know, that's just a wonky mechanic that doesn't make any sense to me, and it allows you to massively min-max your mechs to the point where you can just blow things out of the water without ever really caring about heat. And in fact, you know, even this episode, I was doing pretty good as far as like dishing out stuff against enemies, but now it'd be even better with the trebuchet and that heat exchanger if I wanted to put it on the fire starter for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I could use those flamer pluses with a heat exchanger at some point. The other thing is I haven't even gotten to the maximum potential of the fire starter yet, because once I get a couple, even if I got that UL gyro for -3 tons, well, no, because then I would be out 2 flamers. I guess if I got like 3 more advanced materials, we could increase our flamer capacity from, I don't even understand, 12 flamers really? Like 6 was overpowered and game-breaking in my light mech only vanilla campaign. 12 is beyond ludicrous. Even though the enemy mechs have more heat capacity and thresholds, and then once I got some more skills, I hadn't even done pilot skills. But imagine increasing the odds to the like 95, 97% to hit rather than 81s all over the place. Woo! That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So I guess that's one, 2 things. Another thing I think about the AI is like, they're just very, they shouldn't ever have ammo racks anywhere but the legs. I mean, if you want to make a mod that's hard, you gotta not gimp the AI and make them do stupid things, like by default putting ammo racks in their center torso that I mistakenly blew up, I didn't even realize, in one of those mechs. Like the player, any smart player is never gonna have an ammo rack anywhere but the legs. So do the same thing for the AI. Just take all of the ammo racks out, put them in the legs. That'll make the AI so much less just, it'll just remove the times when they randomly explode for no reason. And if people really want to have that ability, mod in a feature where you click a button and whenever you click it, an enemy blows up just randomly. Boom! Like that would be, you know, that's basically the same thing as having ammo in the center torso, and it would be a lot more direct, and then people could not do that who wanted to actually have a challenge from the AI. I think that would be a good idea. And then also, I think the AI really needs, like all of the mechs in the game need to be set up so that the AI can actually use all of their guns every turn, rather than just being overheated and shut down and whatnot. It really gimps them when they have like the Black Knight default loadout. It's something like 150 heat if you shoot every single gun. It's impossible. You can't even deal with it. So things like that should probably just be removed. And the AI given loadouts it can actually work with. And the reason being is that in all the games I've ever like worked on, like Civ 5 and Long War 2, and I think that's about it really. But and also in all the games I've ever played, the meta is always deny the AI the ability to do something. So the chances that the AI gets to actually take a good turn is extremely slim. Like, think about that mission right there. How many times did the AI even shoot me? I don't think they even did shoot me. I can't remember. But I mean, you gotta basically plan on the AI getting maybe 1 shot for every other mech that they bring per battle. That's pretty much all they're gonna do. Maybe they get like 2 shots on the off chance, but it's not gonna be a good shot, because it's gonna be a shot that you give them against a guy with a ton of evasion who's braced in like a forest or something like that. So very rarely will the AI get to actually do something or have an opportunity to do something. So when it gets that opportunity, it needs to have the ability to capitalize on it. And for that to happen, they need to have mechs where they can actually use the default loadout. Because if they're once a mission where they can actually get an opportunity to shoot something and then they don't because they're going to overheat themselves, it's kind of silly, really. It just ruins their ability to do anything. So plus every time the player gets a mech, they're just going to rip out all that nonsense default loadout. and turn it into something that's actually sort of useful, like this loadout. Holy, this is a loadout. This is a loadout. Whatever this thing was by default, that's not a loadout. That's just dumb. And if the AI has that, they're just gonna get wrecked. They'll take like 0 to 1 shot per round or per match, and then they're dead. So I think that's a way you could make the AI a little bit more useful. The other thing is, so I guess the Roguetech, I think Roguetech was working on making the missions like more varied, like more of them show up and more things happen, rather than always just being like, you know, 2 lances. There's like 1 lance left, 1 lance back, 1 lance left, or 1 lance right, or whatever, and then another lance drops in very rarely. You don't even get to fight him apparently in missions like the one I just did. I cannot wait for that to be the case, because after playing Battletech for hundreds of hours and just fighting a lance while using line of sight to avoid being shot at from another lance, and then killing the other lance when I killed the first lance, it's exceedingly repetitive. And I think the best thing that could happen is if, like, there's just different things, like, you know, 1 reinforcement drops in, 2 reinforcements, 3, 4, kind of like Long Order has the increasing reinforcements, or maybe like a swarm of 30 locusts. That would be cool. The lance mechanic just is, it's making the game boring, because it's always group of lances, group of lances, group of lances. I think they're working on that, and I can't wait to see what happens when they do, but for now, it's like every battle is pretty much the same. For the most part. And then, what else is there to talk about? Probably... So melee is a little bit less powerful, for sure, with the current patch. The arm mods no longer stack. The TSMs do indeed limit at 6, but I think that's still insanely powerful, though, when you factor in all the different things you can combine. But, I don't know, I didn't get far enough to actually play around with that. Obviously, the flamethrower. Whew! 12 support slots? Good lord. Imagine getting like an elite Black Knight, which by the way, 2 days ago, I loaded up a test version of the mod that was still for the 1.0 Battletech, and I rolled up, you could still get heavy mechs, and I rolled up an elite Black Knight, and it had 4 slots in every single spot. And I was just thinking to myself, and I ripped off all the guns, because, you know, it had like 200 heat worth of large lasers, which is insanely dumb. I ripped off all of those things, and there was over 30 tons of available space. Maybe 40, I can't remember, on that Black Knight. And I was just thinking, oh my god, I can put 4 heavy machine guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7. 7 times 4. 28 times 5. I don't even know what 28 times 5 is. I'd have to put a couple of ammo racks in there as well, but I mean, I didn't really do the math on it. Yeah, it's 700 damage from just shooting MGs, and you get all that for free if you go do a melee. I was just thinking, wow, that is going to be so ridiculous. So unbelievably ridiculous. But it would take a long time to get to that point, because you can't get free heavy mechs anymore. You start out with 2 mediums, which is good. I like that. Although, honestly, I kind of feel like it would be a lot more fun to start out with light mechs only. I wonder if they can have, during the installer, you can choose different things, because you can't choose difficulty in the game. Well, I guess you have a little bit of options, but I wonder if you could choose, like, you know, light mech only start. I guess I could mod it too, but it just seems like it'd be kind of a cool thing. Plus, you know, people who aren't very good at Roguetech yet, they could do like an easier start when they do get a heavy mech, so you'd have different variations there rather than trying to make one that fits all, which doesn't really work so much. Anywho's, I think that's about it, except I still desperately... I didn't encounter vehicles in this game, but yesterday I recorded like an hour-long thing I was gonna put up the next day, which was like the final patch before 1.1, before Roguetech became viable for 1.1. And I went straight into 5 skull battles, and the first thing was a lance of 4 100-ton vehicles. And they were mind-numbingly easy to kill. Just, they were a joke. And the reason, of course, is, if you think about vehicles, they have no unpredictability. Like, what makes things fun in games is when things are, like, unpredictable. That's why RNG is a thing in strategy games, because it adds a layer of unpredictability that you have to adjust and account for and plan around. But vehicles, they're extremely... They will always, 100% of the time, move, shoot. That's what they're going to do. Move, shoot. Move, shoot. Every single time. It's never going to be like, will the vehicle death from above? Will the vehicle, like, melee? Will it sprint someplace and melee it or something? Will it will it overheat and shut down all of its things? Nope, they're immune to heat damage. So they always do the same thing. And then dealing with them, I had the same sort of loadout where I had a trebuchet with all heat missiles, and I had a fire starter with all flamers. And I was like, oh wow, there's 2 of my mechs that are useless against vehicles. Of course they weren't. I still killed all 4 of them by running the fire starter up and stepping on them. Stepping a 35-ton fire starter on a 100-ton vehicle one-shots it, by the way, every single time. And it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna break. The only 2 options you have with vehicles are to break line of sight so they can't shoot you, or you step on them and they die instantly, even with a light mech. Those are the 2 things. So they're super boring to play with, and they're super slow. So I think they just kind of ruin, whenever they're in a mission, they just ruin it, and they don't add any variance, they don't add any unpredictability. They're easily exploitable, easily destroyable, and the only thing they can actually do is drive up and shoot you with triple Gauss rifle for 300 damage in the face. Like, if you're foolish enough to allow them to do that. But all that does is trap noob players, and it's not really fun just getting wiped out completely by a lucky shot from a vehicle that managed to actually shoot the same spot all 3 times. That didn't happen to me, but I imagine that's going to happen to some people. So, you know, the fact that the only thing vehicles can do is hit you really hard, that means the only thing you need to do to defeat them is be sneaky and step on them once. And that means, you know, noob play. It's just a noob trap, really. It's a boring noob trap that's easily destroyed if you're not unaware as to what to do about them. So I really, even if vehicles aren't removed, I wish there was like a mod installer option to just not include them in the game at all. Because mechs are interesting. Like, I never really know. Like, even that mission, sure, I just destroyed everything that I was fighting and nothing shot back at me. But I never really knew what was going to happen. Like, they could have gone for flank shots. Then Enforcer ran down there and I got scared for a second because he had a back shot. But he didn't take it. But still, I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. Vehicles, you know. You always know what they're going to do. So... And then another thing is the money, thinking about it now with the drop costs. So... I don't know. The thing is, I don't have any solution to fix this. Like, so drop costs are supposed to do the thing, sort of like in Long War 2, where you want to bring different lances to every single battle based on the cost that it's going to be to field them, but I don't see it working out like that, because in Long War 2, we spent hundreds of hours balancing this. And the 2 factors that went into it were time in the campaign, and to win the campaign was a race against time, which is not present here in Battletech. You have infinite time. And then the other thing was you could spend intel to boost it, or you had to generate intel to get them. So there's like an intel meta as well. So those 2 things combined, and we pulled the levers back and forth to balance them both out in various difficulties. They combined to form Long War 2, where every battle was kind of different. You'd bring 2 guys here, 4 guys there, 6 guys there. You bring like 1 other guy here because he had a familiarity with his officer who made them a little bit lighter. You bring like a shinobi instead of something else because he could infiltrate better. The thing is, this drop cost does none of that because money is insanely easy to come by in this game. I'm already like, am I super rich? No, but I could just go do 1 more mission, $2 million, boom. Don't have to worry about money for the rest of the game. Don't have to think about really this drop cost at all. Even going full salvage will make enough passive income to pay for the drop cost many times over. I don't think you can fix this. I don't think this is ever going to amount to what the intention is, where you would actually have different lances going to different battles based on this cost. However, I was going to say, maybe you could do something where you give, like, different... there could be, like, pilot skills where they had reduced costs in theory. I don't know how you'd work that out, but the thing is, though, you'd have to have fatigue for the pilot, so they couldn't go to every single mission. Then I was also thinking you could have, like, maybe mods that go on the vehicles that reduce their cost slightly, but they are, like... They exclude other stuff. Maybe they generate heat. Maybe they're super heavy or something, so you don't necessarily want to bring them. And then you could jack this cost up a lot. But 45,000 is irrelevant. Irrelevance for something like that. And I know it goes way up, but then you're fighting, you know, missions with 2.5 million payouts, and it just doesn't... I mean, I would like to see it do something. I would like to be able to bring... one of the most excited things about Roguetech for me was varied battles. Or, you know, the concept of, oh, there's costs, so I'm going to bring different mechs to different battles. But I just don't see that drop cost mechanic ever amounting to me bringing anything but what I would have brought anyway. And just maybe every once in a while farming up a little bit of money so I don't have to worry about it. So Anything else I can think of here? I mean, I don't know. I think Roguetech does a lot of cool things, but God, like, the ability to melee sprint across the universe with the fire starter, with all these flamethrowers, with 12 of them every turn, almost guaranteed. Imagine when I get my aim up. It's going to be like almost a guaranteed shutdown on anything I go after. And I go before everything as well. Oh, it's so ridiculous. I'm not even close to the maximum potential yet, too. And then this, like, this heat thing over here with those missiles. Like, I also have multi-shot, I think, on whoever this pilot was. So we shoot once at that thing to shut it down. Like, whatever I don't burn and shut down in one shot, one volley of missiles shuts it down from the trebuchet, and the rest of them go to something else. And, not prevent that, but prepare that to be shut down on the next move, which I get to take before they get to go. Wow. Insane. Absolutely insane. And I don't really know what's up with the difficulty here because something seems broken. Like, when I was playing in the pre-1.1 Battletech, I was able to find 5 skull missions. Like, I tried to do a 5 skull only mission or campaign, and in the very first starting region, I had 4 to 5 skull missions. And in this one, I've flown around to 4 different regions, and I haven't found nothing. And all these difficulties seem to be locked. I mean, that might be bugged, maybe? It's my guess. I don't know. I could fly over here, but then I gotta wait for like 4 minutes for it to actually happen. Yeah, all work's done. Great. Oh, the morale system. Yeah, good thing I decided to do this, because that's one thing I wanted to talk about as well. So during my first vanilla Battletech playthrough, towards the end of it, I got mind-numbingly bored. And I was like, okay, let's get rid of Cold Shot, because that's just making things too easy. And so I modded it to the point where I would never use Cold Shot, and then I realized that was actually a bad idea, because what happened was the battles were super static, kind of like vehicles. I just moved up, shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot. In theory, the morale system's pretty cool, because you got to decide on when to use, like, what abilities and whatnot. Unfortunately, the 2 abilities that Harebrained included are just, they're like jack-of-all-trade abilities on steroids. Like, they do everything. You know, Cold Shot not only increased your aim in vanilla, but also allowed you to target a specific area and also reduce the aim of the enemy you're shooting at. And then Vigilance removed all your stability and gave you Brace for the turn. And you could move and melee and Brace, essentially doing that, which is something you couldn't do otherwise. And it increased your initiative. It's like so many things that those 2 abilities did. What would be really cool is if there were 6 different abilities that were... Yeah, there's like nothing here. It's like another 4-star battle. What the heck's going on? And I put the difficulty on the highest, too. Huh. Maybe it's bugged. Anyway, back to the morale thing I was talking about. So what would be really fun is, like, choosing between a bunch of different, like, not necessarily weak, but much weaker individual abilities. Like, one of them might give you a little bit of an aim, but it costs, like, 25 morale. It gives you a little bit of an aim boost. Then you have another one that, like, increases your initiative on the next round, and that's a little bit cheaper, but not too cheap. Then you have another one that, like... reduces your aim, but allows you to call the shot, I suppose, kind of like the current Cold Shot. Then you could have another one that gives you the Brace for the turn, and just a bunch of different things. You know, just balanced out so that you want to have morale, because the way that it is right now, Cold Shot is completely worthless until, like, the end of the game, and Vigilance is just not... It's too expensive to care about, and because you get very little morale killing enemies, it's just not worth worrying about it, really. So the best thing to do right out of the gate is go immediately to the finances and go directly to the bottom, because you start at 10 morale anyway, so who cares? You're going to lose that in like 2 seconds, and you can't go negative, so who cares? It's just like, you ignore this potentially awesome system with morale if it were fleshed out more. Now, I don't know if it's possible to mod in different abilities or whatnot, but it'd be cool if there were different abilities that were a lot weaker and more interesting, and not just nerfed into the ground like Cold Shot, where you just don't use it. So you just ignore the whole morale system for most of the game. But that would be a really fun thing. I think it's a missed opportunity, is what I'm trying to say. Anywho's, yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine playing this more because it's just nothing to do. Here's another 3-star battle, I guess, for 1.1 million. I doubt that's going to be any... I mean, I really want to play the game, but I find myself bored out of my mind as I'm playing it. And I don't want to be bored. I really want to play it, though, but it's just so boring. Oh wells, anyway, that is apparently Roguetech 1.1, a single episode that's like 2 hours long. I didn't mean to do this. I was kind of looking forward to playing a whole bunch. I was looking forward to playing the game all day now with 1.1. But I don't think so anymore. I gotta find something. I'll go play some more Long War and finish that campaign, I guess. Anywho's, all that notwithstanding, I don't want to like rag on the mod too much because the mod adds a million cool things, and I think they're balancing it so fast, it's insane. Like by the time this video even comes out, hopefully tomorrow, if I can get it out then, they'll probably already have changed half the things I'm talking about. They're working on it at an exponentially fast rate. So that's awesome. They're doing a good job. It's just that there's so much to do to get Battletech, the base Battletech game, to a point where it's like interesting and not just repetitive. And they're definitely working on it. So I'll probably play again in the future. I mean, I want to play even right now, but I know I'm going to be sitting there like there's going to be like a lance of vehicles, or like there's going to be like a lance of ramshackle units, or just something that's just mind-numbing that I don't have to care about, and I'm going to be bored. So I better stop doing it before I run myself into the ground. And then I'll just go do something else. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. So to be entirely honest, I downloaded this mod because it says it's supposed to be difficult and you're supposed to like lose. I'm just saying that's why I downloaded it. That's why I got it.